Marshal Flores, how's it going?
I am doing good. Let me save your number. What is up? How can I help you?
So, I'm sure you're aware how Blaine County's been selling like properties and land to private ownership.
Yeah, you're right. Right, if you want to call it that, sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, in a sense, but the specific description might be a little more nuanced because ownership.
As far as my position holds, I am holding the position of the federal government, with the governor telling me directly that you only own property if you own it on the tablet.
Got it.
And for me, I don't give a fuck what anyone else says. If he says that shit, I'm not going to go against it. Because I recognize the reasons around it, right? Is you're playing a very dangerous game at that point where, some shit becomes available, right? And someone else buys it on the tablet. It makes things messy. No,
100%.
So,
that precedent definitely can be a little bit slippery.
Oh my God.
So,
bro,
the reason I'm calling about it is...
Nate, thank you for the 10. Let's go.
I wanted to just ask whether you and your cabinet had sold any of that property in LS County. And the reason I'm asking is...
we don't do that kind of thing.
Okay, yeah. Just for your awareness, the reason I'm asking is we want to make sure that if you did, we're not infringing on private property if it has been, deemed such by you and yours.
Okay, you're going to need to be a lot more specific.
Yeah, so for example, Charlie Jones bought the lighthouse, right?
Maybe in your opinion, sure.
Well, yeah.
Not in my opinion.
In Blaine County's
belief,
I guess,
system.
Belief, yeah.
Yeah.
All I'm making sure is that, if we ever fly over it or need to land there or pull up there, any sort of police operations or anything like that, I'm just trying to make sure we're not infringing on anybody's, quote unquote, private property.
So what you're telling me is you want to do surveillance on the lighthouse and you're wondering if you can do so without getting in trouble.
No, I don't have any, I guess, need. I mean, I know people go there to make penance, but that's...
What do you mean you don't know? There's fucking... have you not been debriefed?
I know, as far as I know, people have conversations there, but it's a violent area.
Wait, hold on a second. Do the marshals not talk? Hold on a second. Do you not? You have access to the classified documents, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you... Can you meet me at the gravesite? At the graveyard?
I could in a minute, yeah. I was just using that as an example for what it's worth, because as far as I know, that's the only instance of this happening. And I'm just trying to figure out if there are other instances so that, I'm covering my ass, essentially.
Okay, so... Oh, boy. You're asking a very... I'm not trying to be difficult, just...
No. You're I know where this is kind of hinting at, so you are totally fine.
Well, maybe. You're asking me a very complicated question, and I think you might be hoping for a very simple answer. So I'm not trying to be a dick here. I genuinely, I'm trying to be as helpful as I can.
You're good.
I think I might need to give you... This sounds so facetious or whatever you want to call it, but it's not. I'm not genuinely not trying to be. You're asking a very delicate legal matter that is not going to be solved by just me. Because hypothetically, is this about surveillance?
Yeah, I mean, future-proofing this question, it could be surveillance, yeah.
All right. And the reason I think it is because you're hesitating with your answers, despite the fact that you should obviously have a reason to be surveilling the fucking lighthouse where there's a belief that there's the plague and all this other shit. So I don't know why you're hiding it, but it's completely fine. But here's your problem right here. is that there, okay, hypothetically, you go onto CJ's property and hide in a bush, right?
Okay.
You can theoretically be violating her rights and
Yes.
be right. And theoretically, any evidence collected having done so can fuck you, right? But the problem is you're not going to know until it goes to court.
Yeah.
Because you're the... Oh, my... Oh, what the fuck is this? I'm at the gravesite right now. Holy shit, there's a whole, like, ceremony thing here. Oh, this is new. The real issue is, and this is gonna probably... Look, this is not fuck the DOJ type shit, what I'm about to say. But as a consequence of our legislative evolution not really making much forward progress because of dumb shit, some questions like the one that you're bringing up have not been resolved yet. And so the only means by which it can be resolved is through court. So you're kind of like spinning a top and hoping it lands. Now, if you want my personal opinion, you should never be doing surveillance on any property without a disclosed surveillance warrant. Right? Mm-hmm. I don't care if it's even the graveyard. If you want to come to the... Well, like, if you're on the graveyard... let's use that as an example. You know what the one I'm talking about? The big one?
Yeah, the one up by Morningwood,
yes. Right? Let's say you wanted to come to the graveyard. And let's say you're like, yo, I think there's some shit here. Someone's going to, like, put a body in the open grave. You are able to go there as it is public property, right? Reasonably public property. There's, you know, it's got public access, right? You with me so far? So any surveillance that you may do there is reasonable. If you, however, now decide that you're going to go and place a camera there, now you're doing something different.
Yeah, it's a step up.
It's a step up, right? You're place. You now, can you do it? It's a gray area. The way that you should do it is that to cover your ass, is you have to file a surveillance warrant, and that warrant needs to eventually become public. And what I mean public is public to myself, because it's in Los Santos County, and the DOJ, knowing full well that that could be disclosed to the public. Now, I am telling you my opinion, and my opinion is based on U.S. law and general common sense, let's call it. But you're probably going to hear that I'm, like, retarded or something, but that's only because most people don't know shit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm just being as transparent as I can.
No. Listen, right? I appreciate the bluntness. It definitely, like, does help.
Yeah. Let me go to the next step, right? Now you're talking about, you know, because you're asking the question of, like, do people own shit? Generally speaking, if there is any property anywhere in a county, it belongs to the county.
You want me to drive? Oh, okay, sorry.
Right? It belongs to the county.
Right.
Now, but there should not be a presumption that, how do I put this? Okay, let's use Tequila Law as an example, right?
Sure.
Nobody on paper owns Tequila Law, right?
Yeah.
But how are you going to know that?
Yeah.
And as a consequence of that, you still want to place a surveillance warrant for Tequila Law and do the proper disclosure to the county. Is that making sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense because it's
Yeah.
like, how would you know, but you want to do your due diligence?
Yeah, like, let me give you an example. I own raw oil.
Right.
Prove
yeah, that
me
is
wrong.
right.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Because Maximilian Thoroughbred signed some shit? Suck my dick. I've never seen it. I'm the mayor. I don't have access to it. It's not in Los Santos County records. And this is something I'm going to talk to the Rons about because I want to get it resolved to make sure it's done right. But I'm using that as a prime example. There is, like I heard, the DOJ saw some shit, or the marshal saw some document from Max Thoroughbred. Brother, like, that's not how you get, like, property records.
Yeah.
Right? It's not in our documentation. Why would I not have access to it? Why is not a, you know what I'm saying? Is this making sense? Like,
no, I'm following. It's there's no central, like, database, you know, and it's not proofed by you as the mayor. So
yeah, so you probably want to do that to cover your ass. But anyways, I hope this is kind of helpful. I try to
it definitely is. The only other thing I'd ask is
shit.
like, it seems like the answer is no, but I'll just ask to be explicit. Your mayor's office hasn't sold any properties, like, quote unquote sold, similarly to how Blaine has done, right?
No, because I think it's illegal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this is super helpful, Nino. I appreciate it.
The best way to think about it is as follows, is that everything belongs to the county unless explicitly on the app. Any exception in regards to that would be done with permission from the feds, not the state, right? And when I say the state, that doesn't mean that the DOJ said thumbs up. It's meaning like the state officials are state, approving it. Yeah, right? Like kind of like the court center, right? I actually have documentation of it. It's on Los Santos County records. There's a physical key. It's been approved by the governor directly, right? So
yeah, that checks out.
Yeah,
that has all the T's crossed and the I's dotted versus
exactly. And so anyways, very big gray area. So be careful is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my due diligence for sure. I'm not trying to violate anyone's rights or skip any steps. So
yeah, absolutely. All right.
I appreciate it, Nino. Thank you.
Anytime. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.